Hi everyone, happy new year. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to your 2018. For me, it is kind of a slow start because it's just a struggle trying to get back into work mode and design mode. I went thrifting a couple days ago to become inspired again for transformations and DIYs, and I found this mesh skirt that I wanted to transform into one of those mesh slip dresses that I've been seeing everywhere. But while I was designing last night, I just wasn't feeling super excited about it like how I normally do when I start a transformation. And I think that's super important to feel excited and really believe in what you are making. Still want to transform this into that mesh dress anyways, but for this first video of 2018, I thrifted this one a while back and I felt more inspired to do something with this one than the skirt. So this is the one that I'll be transforming. It's a very basic floral dress. Also, I wanted to give a big shout out to the CSU and Love Your Melon team for sending me this awesome beanie. If you guys have never heard of Love Your Melon, they are an apparel company that donates 50% of their profit to help fight against pediatric cancer. I'll put more links to their website down in my description box, so check that out and let's get started. In this episode, I'll be transforming this very simple dress I found from Savers for $7. I love the color and the cute floral print on it, and we'll be transforming it into a wrap dress. Starting from the bottom corner of the skirt, I cut out a half circle skirt. At this point, I didn't know the end product was going to be a wrap dress, so the skirt fits almost perfectly around my waist, but later I trimmed more away at the waist so the skirt can overlap in the front. After seeing what's left of the dress, this is when I decided to turn it into a wrap dress, one with spaghetti straps because I didn't have enough fabric to create anything else. I draped my design on my dress form and created a dart on the princess seam pointing to the apex. Cut out 2 front pieces and then sew the darts closed. Next, I draped the back side of the top and cut out 2 pieces as well. Sew the back pieces at the center back and then sew the full top together at the side seams. Now we can sew the top and the skirt together at the waist. My skirt doesn't line up completely with the other side of the top, so I just made sure that the side that overlaps in the front matches, since the other side of the skirt will be hidden underneath anyways. 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night and the dress is turning out so good. It's not put together yet, but I'm really excited to show you guys the final transformation. It's normally when I make that first cut at the beginning of my video that my design becomes finalized. So don't be scared to make that first cut because it actually gets easier when you do, because then you'll get to see the pieces that you have left over from the dress and it forces you to figure out what you're going to be doing with those. After the dress is sewn at the waist, I went ahead and hemmed all the raw edges with a rolled hem using a rolled hem foot on my machine. So today is Thursday. Last night I made some really good progress on the dress. It's looking so cute. All I had to do today is sew the straps on. The only thing was that it was kind of frustrating to sew last night because the thread I was using was really weak, so every time I sewed a certain amount it kept tearing, and then I would have to seam rip that area because it started to create some loops and then re-sew it over and over again. So that was the only frustrating part, but it just got to the point where I had to finish this project in time for me to do a photo shoot today and get the video up for you guys on Friday. This is what I'm talking about. It was so fine for a few stitches and then it'll like kind of skip a stitch and then continue sewing again, and it did that all the way through until my thread would tear, and then I would have to rethread it and then sew again. So that was the only frustrating thing. I was looking forward to having this look all professional and clean, and then I don't know what's wrong with my machine or if it's just because of the thread, but it just keeps doing these stupid little gaps. And another thing is using that rolled hem foot helps make it look so nice and clean. You see that? And it gives you a really even stitch all the way around the edge. But then I am still figuring out how to use it on a circle skirt without having the edges stick out, or sometimes it won't even roll at all. So those are just things I'm working on. Hopefully I get better at it. But I did learn that the rolled hem foot on a circle skirt works a lot better when you pull it a little bit so that it's not on a curve and it's more sewing straight. So I ended up doing that, and towards the end it started working on me. It's just something I'm gonna have to improve on the next time I sew something like this. I just did my makeup for the photo shoot, and I also need to curl my hair as well, but I'm gonna take a break and finish sewing the straps on the dress. So what I did with the rest of the scrap of the dress, I cut them into 1-inch strips, and I'm going to be sewing them all together to create one really long strip. And then after I sew them together, I'm gonna fold them in half and sew a really narrow strap. Using a loop turner, I turn the straps inside out. I have 2 short straps for the shoulders of the dress and 2 long straps to tie at the waist. One of the straps at the waist will need to be sewn at the side seam, so I had to seam rip an opening and tuck it in, and the other strap will be sewn on the front overlap skirt so that the two can tie at the side. Lastly, I sewed snap buttons to hold the center front together, and also underneath at the waist to keep the underlap skirt in place. Alright, I just finished making the dress. Now I'm just going to curl my hair really quick and do the photo shoot. I'm done doing my hair. The hardest part about having short hair is trying to curl the back of it, just because underneath is so short that it's hard to get. But overall, I love how it turned out. Having short hair is so much more fun to style than long hair, and it takes way less time. Alright, that's the end of this transformation video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think the sides are a little bit too loose. I don't know how, it probably got stretched out while I was hemming it. I kind of need to take it in some more at the sides so there's not like this big empty gap right here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this transformation. Happy New Year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more DIY fashion, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!